5 lights on, and the third race is underway. They make their way off the grid, pretty much in formation. Weigang ahead of Vijers, and then Tanitsa in third position. Manuel Collier in fourth, and then Libert in fifth as they go into the first heavy braking zone. But there are no real heavy braking zones around this Silverstone circuit as the Renault goes off in the background. That's Philippe Presneda in the number 8 position at the moment. So here we go, Weigang getting the start that he needs ahead of Vijers, but he hasn't got the lead for long. He certainly needs wheel tracks. They're battling over third position. Tanitsa having to go very, very defensive at the moment. He hangs on to it. This is the battle for the lead, though, as they make their way through Luffield for the first time in this third contest. Remember, you're looking for a position in the top 8. That is what gets you through. And here we go then. Oh, it's so close. When you're going to go battling wheel to wheel, like Weigang, like Vijers are clearly about to now. The German driver versus the Dutch driver. It's going to be very, very easy to make contact and ruin your race day. Blow your chance of the top 8. But right now they're managing to make their way through. So we're looking at Presneda right now in 8th position on board with Vijers looking for the race lead. The outside line has been the line that's worked all the way through. Can it work again in this third race? He's looking, no, he's off the road. That's so easy to do. He knows he can't complete the overtake without getting a penalty, and he tucks back in to second position in his Toro Rosso. Not much in it though. Can Weigang look after that sort of pressure at the moment? That's a long way to go to repel that sort of pressure. Tanitsa also trying to put pressure now on Vijers in second position. Half a second between the lead, 3/10 of a second. Oh, off the road goes Weigang. It's so easy to do there, and he's not just going to lose the lead, he's going to lose second position as well, as here comes the rain again. Just like in race 2, we're going to have a weather-affected race, and it might have caught out Simon Weigang there. As he goes from first to third, his heart will sink, but this is where you might impress those if you can, who are watching and waiting and thinking perhaps about drafting him. It's how you respond as Ben Collier tries to come down the inside. Oh, changeable conditions. You hear from the drivers of Formula One that this is the most difficult thing to adjust to. So imagine all of that with a life-changing potential on the line, and you've got to deal with it getting wet just like it does at real life at Silverstone when it's freezing because there's no windbreak. It's pit crews, it's onto intermediate tyres, and it's pressure not to speed in the pit. Don't want a pressure, don't want a penalty. Oh, you can see there, that's exactly what I'm talking about. For Nathan Moore, you've got to avoid that today. Lap number 4, it's Tanitsa up into the lead, then Weigang, who went off the road earlier on, and cars in the pits then to get those intermediate tyres. So drivers who might have been quick in qualifying on one set of tyres might now struggle with the different track conditions. We're on to lap number 6 of 26, and Weigang down there in 9th position. Our former race leader, can he make some progress back through the field? He's going up against Emanuele Prisciano. And Prisciano right now using too much of the curve out of turn number 5, going to leave him vulnerable. I think the Ferrari driver knows it as well. And the Haas has the inside line. And the fight back, Weigang will hope, starts right here as he makes himself big and wide and unpassable. He hopes into the never-ending, seemingly never-ending Luffield corner. And it is seriously wet out there for all of the drivers. So you can see they've all made the stop right now as we go on board with Sam Libert. And Libert will be desperately trying to get past the Ferrari, like we saw a few moments ago. The Frenchman, originally from Lens, and he's closing in, closing. How brave is he going to be on the brakes? The answer coming your way any second now. It's the outside line that is usually favoured. You can see the Ferrari off the road as Emanuele tries to keep it together, but that's a tidy pass. That's nicely done by Libert, and he gets himself up to 9th position. Vijers continuing to lead. The young Dutch driver on lap number 10. Difficult conditions for everyone out there. Remember, the first race was bone dry. Race 2, weather affected. Race 3, also weather affected. And it's about delivering in every single condition to showcase your talents. But my word, this is tough. I really feel for the 11 drivers in this contest because you are so heavily punished in the wet compared to the dry. If it's just a minor mistake, careful of those painted white lines. It's a nice move from Tonsilla to the inside, and he gets the Red Bull slowed down. He can start chasing the Ferrari up the road. We're on lap 15, and we're on board right now with Presneda, and he is coming back into the pits. The driver in second place gained a lot there, certainly under braking. So into the pits we go, and we go back on board with Weigang, trying to make amends. He's found himself back behind the Ferrari once again. This battle going lap after lap after lap, and this is intense stuff. Now, can he find the inside line? Don't always want to be on the inside line, as Lewis Hamilton showed us a couple of days ago at Silverstone. He's just trying to get the power down, and he's got the position now. Oh, there's a spin there. There's a spin for Prisciano as he goes round, and he drops down, squeezed to the inside, tried to get the power down, didn't have the traction, and he's paid for it to 6th position. And the McLaren being chased by Presneda, and Colagon under serious pressure right now. And he's being passed to the inside of Stowe Corner. Plenty of overtaking in this third and final race, but not long to go. Remember, you've got to make your stop, and you've got to at least come into the pits on one occasion. But look at how tough this is. Prisciano and Lightbear coming in for the wet tyres. And different drivers in the field running different tyres right now. If you're out there on inters, it's a case of stay out there on inters and hope that you've got the right rubber on. But look at how wet it is right now. One mistake, you've got to be so gentle when applying the throttle, and the drivers all know it. Presneda trying to chase down the Williams of Biancolia, and Biancolia will hug the inside line. Presneda won't mind that one little bit, but how much grip is there out there in these conditions? The answer, a fair bit. Tidy pass and up to 5th position. Really nicely done. The Inters, despite what you're looking at, seems to be the best tyre at the moment, even though it seems like the drivers are dealing with basically monsoon conditions at Silverstone. And whilst this all goes on, Floris Vijers is having the time of his life out there. It's a good move from Presneda on the penultimate lap of the race. On board with David Tonzilla. He's got Shanaka Clay ahead of him, the British driver, and he's got his designs on 2nd position. This is the loop introduced in 2010 around this Silverstone circuit. Drivers will be thinking about anything but that right now. This is so challenging to get the power down in these conditions. It looks as if Vijers has done enough for the win, but who will be second? It's Clay versus Tonzilla, and he's desperately trying to go around the outside. This will be pretty brave. Will he be given room? He'll keep it in there, close to contact. How on earth are they still pointing in the same direction? Who gets the power down first? That is a masterful pass for 2nd place from Tonzilla, and he's managed to get himself up to 2nd. Clay is demoted to 3rd, but that was magnificent driving from both of them as they battle their way through these tough conditions on the final tour of the race. And they'll both be delighted to be on the podium, but changing for 2nd position, the Red Bull ahead of the Mercedes, and all of this going on whilst the Toro Rosso of Floris Vijers is in the lead of the race. And once again, concentration until the final corner of the last lap. And talking of that, it's what you're looking at now as Floris Vijers comes across the line to take the checkered flag. And that was a masterful performance. And look what it means to him. He's done what he needed to. It would have been so easy to make a mistake as Tonzilla and Clay complete the podium, but they're delighted all round. Super driving skills as he says a prayer of thanks to the big man upstairs. That was super talent, and another excellent race.